Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing this reddish glittery eye makeup. So if you want to see how I created this, then keep on watching. So I started with priming my eyelids and I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, my favorite. It keeps the eyeshadows in place all day. Now I'm using a white eyeshadow from the Morphe 35B eye palette and I'm using this right underneath my brow bone to highlight. Sometimes I just like to use a matte shade instead of a shimmery shade. Now I'm using the shade Orange Soda by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to blend this in my crease as a transition shade. Before I created this whole eye look, I already know what I was going for, so I knew I was going to need a shade as my transition shade. So I just picked up my Orange Soda like always. This eyeshadow never fails to amaze me. Now I'm using this light pink shade from the Morphe 35B eye palette. I'm also going to blend this in my crease. Since I'm going for a reddish eyeshadow look, I think a pink shade also comes in very handy for my transition. You will slightly see that pinkish undertone in my crease, which I really like. Now I'm going to use this purple pinky, I don't know what shade it is, and I'm going to blend this also in my crease. So whenever I create a tutorial for only my eyes, I always first apply the eyeshadows on my right eye and then I film the part where I apply it on my left eye, just to make sure that when I do it on my right eye first, I know what I need to do on my left eye. I just think this comes in very handy. Also, when I do my makeup on a regular basis, I always go apply eyeshadow on my left eye, then on my right eye, so I know that both eyes are the same. Now I'm using this red shade from the Lovesick eyeshadow stack by Melt Cosmetics. After applying that pinky purple shade on my lid, I was like, this eyeshadow look is turning too pink, so I had to go in with something reddish to get rid of that too much pink showing up, you know what I mean? So I'm just blending this shade also in my crease, just on top of the pinkish shade that I just applied. And I had a hard time applying this, I have to be honest. I also think this is because I didn't apply a light eyeshadow all on top of my primer, so it's harder for me to blend this all in. I'm going back in with that purpley pinkish shade. I'm going to blend this around the edges. So what I was trying to say, if I could do this eye look over, I would first apply my eye primer, go in with a light nude shade all over the eyelid to make sure that the primer is set in place, and then go in with my crease shades. But you can see the eyeshadows are not looking really smooth on my eyelids. I don't know. I just know I can do it better. Now I'm using a black eyeshadow, which I also used from that Morphe 35B palette. I'm going to apply this in the inner corner and also at the outer corner to create a sort of halo effect. So I'm keeping the inner part of my eyelid just empty. And for this I'm using my MAC 242 brush, my favorite brush, like you all know by now, I guess. And I also want to say thank you for all the sweet comments on my latest full face makeup tutorial. I was surprised with the love you all gave me, and yes, I will definitely do more full face looks. So just so you know, leave some requests down in the comments what kind of full face looks you want to see. I know the holidays are coming, so I'm really excited to create more glittery, smoky looks like that. So just leave your requests down in the comments. Now I am using a blending brush with whatever is left on it. I'm just going to blend it all around the edges of the eye look to make sure that everything is well blended in. Now I'm going back in with a red eyeshadow shade from the Lovesick eyeshadow stack by Melt Cosmetics. And I'm going to press this in the middle part of my eyelid. So this is where I felt I went wrong with this eye look. I think I had to go in with a shimmery shade instead. I will explain this later. Now I'm using this glitter from Certify, which is pretty, but I feel like I ruined this whole eye look. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the product which I mixed with this glitter. You can see it's very thick on the eyelids, which I don't really like. I always, whenever I go in with glitter on the eyelid, I like to apply a very tiny amount so you just have a slight sparkle on the lid, and now it's packed on and I just don't know how this happened. The end result is nice, but not as nice as I wanted it to be, so don't be harsh on me. I just hope that you love the eye look, and if you don't, that's okay. I think I just learned from this whole experience creating this look. I just know what I wouldn't do next time. So for my eyeliner, I used the NYC liquid liner. I went through it really quickly. I have a separate video on how I create my eyeliner. Now I'm using a black eyeshadow, and I'm pressing this right underneath my eye to connect this with my eyeliner. Now I'm going back in with that purple pinky shade from the Morphe 35B eye palette, and I'm going to press this in the middle part underneath the lower lash line. And I'm also using my brush to blend this towards the black eyeshadow to melt it into each other. Now I'm using that red shade again. And I'm going to use this shade now to blend all these shades underneath the lower lash line together, and just to make it a little bit more on the red side. Damn, what's wrong with me? I'm just so I don't know how to say it. I'm very disappointed in how this look turned out. I got so many positive response on my Instagram when I posted a sneak peek preview that I posted on Snapchat, and I don't know, I just hope you aren't disappointed with this eye look. I love how it looks when I open my eyes, but when I close my eyes, I don't know. So now I'm going to use the Nylon eyeshadow by MAC, and I'm going to pop this in the inner corner. I believe I also mentioned this in my previous video, I'm not sure, but this is my favorite eyeshadow for the inner corner. It's very bright, and when I make my brush a little bit wet, it makes it even more intense, and you really get that highlight effect, as you can see. Now I'm using a black pencil, which is by NYX. I'm going to tightline my waterline underneath my lashes, and also underneath my in my waterline. And yes, I just think this finishes it up. It makes it a little bit more smoky, and yes, I didn't want it to go for a white liner in my waterline today. So yes, I also applied my lashes off camera. I'm using the Weary lashes from my own lash company. You can see them now. They are so pretty. I think from my whole lash line, this is the favorite style that I feel like you can rock with a smoky eye, but also on a daily time, if you know what I mean. So yes, this is already the end of the tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Even though I made some mistakes, I hope this was also helpful for you all. And yes, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!